Your soulmate is one step closer to you. Because something you did touched their heart, read before tonight ends. Don't scroll, listen to this because this message is for you. Your heart needs this right now. If these words have found you before tonight ends, it is not a coincidence. My beloved child, I have guided your steps to this exact moment because your spirit has been asking questions your mind cannot answer. I have watched every silent prayer you whispered when no one else could hear. I have seen every moment you smiled while carrying uncertainty deep inside your heart. I know there were nights when you wondered if the connection you felt was real or if your soul had simply imagined something that never truly existed. But I tell you today, do not allow temporary silence to convince you that destiny has forgotten your name. Listen to this because this message is for you. There are moments when a single act of kindness changes the direction of an entire journey without the person ever realizing it. There are moments when one gentle decision, one sincere prayer, one quiet expression of compassion reaches another heart in ways words never could. My beloved child, something you did recently has touched the heart of the person connected to your soul far more deeply than you realize. You may think it was something small. You may have already forgotten about it. But they have not. That moment continues echoing inside them, and because of it, they are one step closer to you than they have been in a very long time. Don't scroll, your heart needs this right now because your soulmate has been carrying emotions they struggle to understand. For weeks, perhaps even months, they tried to convince themselves that life had already chosen a different path. They focused on responsibilities. They buried themselves in routines. They tried filling every quiet moment with distractions so they would not have to listen to the gentle voice inside their own heart. Yet every attempt to move away from what they truly felt somehow brought them back to you. They could not explain why your name entered their thoughts without warning. They could not explain why your energy felt familiar even during long periods of silence. Every time they believed they had finally moved forward, another reminder appeared. A song. A dream. A place. A memory. Listen to this because this message is for you. Those reminders were not sent to confuse them. They were gentle invitations to pay attention to what their spirit already knew. My beloved child, recently something happened that changed the atmosphere within their heart. It was not dramatic. It was quiet. Perhaps they heard about something kind you did for another person. Perhaps they remembered the way you encouraged someone without expecting anything in return. Perhaps they saw you remain graceful during a difficult moment instead of responding with anger. Whatever it was, that simple act reached them in a way they never expected. Suddenly they realized that your heart had remained genuine despite everything life had placed before you. They saw strength where they once assumed there was weakness. They saw peace where they expected bitterness. They saw maturity where others would have chosen resentment. My beloved child, kindness has a language the soul always understands. Even when no words are spoken, genuine compassion leaves an imprint that time cannot easily erase. Listen to this because this message is for you. Your soulmate has started asking themselves questions they avoided for far too long. Why did that simple moment affect me so deeply? Why do I admire qualities I cannot stop thinking about? Why does this person's heart continue drawing my attention no matter how much time passes? These questions have become impossible to ignore. Instead of searching for ways to silence them, they are finally allowing themselves to listen. My beloved child, when someone stops resisting the truth inside their own spirit, healing begins. Their awakening has already started, even if they have not yet shared it with anyone around them. Don't scroll. Your heart needs this right now because I know there were moments when you believed your kindness had gone unnoticed. You wondered whether choosing forgiveness instead of revenge mattered. You questioned whether remaining compassionate while others misunderstood you served any purpose. You even asked whether anyone truly saw the effort you made to become a better version of yourself. My beloved child, I saw every moment. Nothing done with a sincere heart is ever wasted. Even when people remain silent, love leaves evidence behind. Seeds planted in kindness always grow, although they rarely grow according to human expectations. Listen to this because this message is for you. The kindness you almost overlooked has quietly become one of the reasons your soulmate now sees you through completely different eyes. Perhaps recently you have noticed signs that seem too meaningful to ignore. Maybe you keep seeing 111 whenever thoughts of this person enter your heart. Perhaps 222 appears repeatedly, gently reminding you that alignment is taking place behind the scenes. Maybe 444 follows you throughout the day, reassuring you that unseen protection surrounds this chapter of your journey. My beloved child, these signs are not meant to replace wisdom or encourage unrealistic expectations. They are gentle reminders to remain hopeful while continuing to build your own life with peace and integrity. True spiritual growth never asks you to stop living. It invites you to become stronger while waiting. Don't scroll, your heart needs this right now because the person connected to your soul has begun remembering details they once dismissed. They remember how you treated people who could offer you nothing in return. They remember your patience during moments when others lost theirs. They remember the sincerity in your words, the calmness in your presence, and the quiet confidence that never demanded attention. These memories now carry new meaning. They are no longer seeing isolated moments. They are seeing a pattern. They are realizing that your kindness was not an act. It was your character. My beloved child, character always reveals itself over time. Temporary appearances eventually fade, but a genuinely compassionate heart continues shining long after circumstances change. Listen to this because this message is for you. There have been evenings recently when your soulmate found themselves smiling without fully understanding why. Your memory entered their mind unexpectedly, bringing peace instead of confusion. They replayed conversations they once thought were ordinary. They remembered moments when they felt understood in your presence without having to explain themselves. They realized that very few people had ever made them feel that safe emotionally. That realization surprised them. They had spent so much time focusing on external circumstances that they almost forgot how deeply the soul values peace. My beloved child, peace is one of my greatest gifts. It quietly reveals where healing can begin. Don't scroll, your heart needs this right now because your soulmate is becoming increasingly aware that they may have underestimated what this connection truly means. They are no longer measuring everything according to appearances alone. Instead, they are asking themselves how someone made them feel deep within their spirit. They recognize that genuine respect cannot be manufactured. Authentic kindness cannot be imitated forever. Emotional safety cannot be forced. Those qualities either exist or they do not. Every memory of you reminds them of those qualities. Every reflection draws them one step closer to understanding what their heart has been trying to tell them all along. My beloved child, perhaps you have wondered whether your prayers have reached me. Let me answer clearly. Every prayer spoken with sincerity has been heard. Every tear shed in quiet faith has been counted. Every act of kindness performed without expecting recognition has become part of your testimony. I have been shaping both hearts through every season of waiting. While you were learning patience, your soulmate was learning discernment. While you were growing stronger through disappointment, they were learning to recognize the difference between temporary attraction and lasting peace. Those lessons have been preparing both of you in ways neither of you fully understands yet. Listen to this because this message is for you. Recently your soulmate noticed another sign they could not ignore. They glanced at the clock and repeatedly saw 11:11. At first they laughed it off. Then it happened again. And again. Soon they found themselves wondering whether life was trying to get their attention. Shortly afterward, your memory returned with unusual strength, filling their heart with gratitude instead of uncertainty. My beloved child, I often use quiet moments to awaken hearts because stillness allows truth to be heard. They are beginning to understand that every meaningful connection deserves careful reflection rather than fearful avoidance. Don't scroll. Your heart needs this right now because something beautiful is quietly unfolding behind the scenes. Your soulmate has not yet spoken everything they are feeling, but their heart is moving closer with every passing day. They are becoming more emotionally honest than they have been in a long time. They are learning that vulnerability is not weakness. They are discovering that kindness is more powerful than pride. Most importantly, they are beginning to understand that the simple thing you did, the compassion you showed without expecting anything in return, did more than impress them. It awakened hope they believed they had lost. My beloved child, continue walking with grace. Continue protecting your peace. Continue becoming the person I created you to be regardless of what tomorrow brings. Never underestimate the power of a gentle heart. Never believe your quiet goodness goes unseen. Listen to this because this message is for you. Before this night comes to an end, whisper one prayer of gratitude instead of fear. Release tomorrow into my hands. The heart of your soulmate is already moving one step closer, not because of pressure, not because of manipulation, but because they have begun recognizing something rare inside you that cannot be ignored. And what they are about to discover next will bring them even closer than either of you ever imagined possible. Don't scroll, listen to this because this message is for you. Your heart needs this right now, and before this day comes to an end, I want you to hear these words with your spirit instead of only your mind. My beloved child, while you have been wondering whether your quiet acts of love and kindness ever truly mattered, I have been using those very moments to soften a heart that had become guarded for far too long. You believed no one noticed when you chose peace instead of anger. You believed no one cared when you remained patient instead of demanding answers. You believed your silent prayers disappeared into the night without changing anything. But I tell you now, nothing offered with a sincere heart is ever wasted. Every kind word, every act of compassion, every moment you chose forgiveness over bitterness created ripples you could not see. Those ripples have reached the heart of your soulmate, and they are changing them from the inside out. Listen to this because this message is for you. There are miracles that happen in a single moment, and there are miracles that unfold one quiet heartbeat at a time. The one I am speaking about today belongs to the second kind. It has been growing in silence, unnoticed by human eyes, but never unnoticed by me. My beloved child, your soulmate has recently entered a season of reflection unlike anything they have experienced before. They have begun comparing the peace they felt around you with the confusion they experienced in other parts of their life. At first they tried to dismiss those thoughts as simple nostalgia, but the more they reflected, the more impossible it became to ignore the truth. They remembered how you never demanded perfection from them. They remembered how you listened before judging, encouraged instead of criticizing, and respected them even during moments when life felt uncertain. Those memories have become brighter than they were before. They are no longer hidden beneath distractions or fear. They have risen to the surface because the soul never forgets the places where it experienced genuine peace. Don't scroll, your heart needs this right now because they are beginning to realize that what they felt around you was different from anything they had known before. It was not excitement built upon uncertainty. It was calm. It was safety. It was a feeling that allowed them to breathe instead of constantly defending themselves. Listen to this because this message is for you. Recently they found themselves watching people around them and quietly asking a question they had never considered before. Why do I keep comparing everyone to this one person? They did not ask the question because they wanted to remain stuck in the past. They asked it because no matter how much time passed, your kindness continued becoming the standard by which they measured everyone else. My beloved child, genuine love often leaves behind a peaceful memory rather than a painful one. Even when life creates distance, the soul remembers where it felt accepted without conditions. That memory has become impossible for them to ignore. They have started understanding that what touched their heart was never something dramatic. It was your consistency. It was the way you remained true to yourself regardless of circumstances. It was the way you continued showing compassion without expecting applause. That kind of character cannot be imitated for long. It reveals itself naturally over time, and now they finally see it with greater clarity than ever before. Perhaps you have noticed signs appearing more frequently around you. Maybe every time you begin doubting yourself, you suddenly notice 222 reminding you that alignment is still unfolding even when you cannot yet see the whole picture. Perhaps you continue seeing 333, encouraging you to trust divine wisdom instead of temporary emotions. Maybe 1111 appears at unexpected moments, gently reminding you that new beginnings often begin inside the heart before they become visible in the world around you. My beloved child, receive these moments with gratitude, not anxiety. They are not asking you to stop living your life while waiting. They are reminding you to continue growing, continue healing, and continue trusting that what is meant for your highest good will never require you to abandon your own peace. Don't scroll, listen to this because this message is for you. Your soulmate has also begun noticing these quiet nudges from the universe. They cannot explain why certain numbers continue appearing, why familiar songs suddenly seem to describe exactly what they are feeling, or why your name enters their thoughts during completely ordinary moments. At first they laughed at these experiences, telling themselves they were reading too much into simple coincidences. But when the same patterns repeated again and again, they became curious instead of dismissive. They began paying attention. They started slowing down instead of rushing through every thought. My beloved child, stillness allows truth to become visible. When the noise of everyday life becomes quiet, the heart finally has room to hear what it has been whispering all along. Listen to this because this message is for you. There was one particular evening that changed something inside them. They were alone with their thoughts, replaying moments from the past, when they suddenly remembered a simple act of kindness you showed someone else. It was not directed toward them. You probably never imagined they even noticed it. But they did. They remembered how naturally you chose compassion without expecting recognition. They realized you treated strangers with the same respect you offered those closest to you. That memory struck them more deeply than they expected because it revealed something about your character they had never fully appreciated before. My beloved child, people often remember how you make them feel, but they never forget discovering who you truly are. Character speaks even when words are absent. Don't scroll, your heart needs this right now because your soulmate is quietly becoming a different person. Not overnight. Not through dramatic changes. But through small decisions made every single day. They are becoming more patient. More reflective. More willing to admit when they have misunderstood something. They are beginning to release old fears that once convinced them vulnerability was dangerous. They are discovering that strength is not found in pretending to need no one. Strength is found in having the courage to be honest. My beloved child, honesty always creates room for healing. Every truthful thought they accept becomes another step toward emotional freedom. Perhaps you have been wondering why your own heart suddenly feels lighter lately. Maybe the heaviness that once followed you everywhere has slowly begun lifting. Maybe you no longer feel the same desperation you once carried. Listen to this because this message is for you. That change is important. I have been teaching you to build your peace upon me instead of upon circumstances you cannot control. The calmer your spirit becomes, the clearer your discernment grows. You no longer need fear to motivate you because wisdom has begun taking its place. My beloved child, continue protecting that peace. Do not trade it for anxiety simply because every answer has not yet arrived. Your soulmate has reached another realization they did not expect. They have stopped asking themselves whether this connection mattered. Instead, they are asking why they spent so much time pretending it did not. That question has opened another door within their heart. They are beginning to recognize moments when fear spoke louder than truth. They remember opportunities they allowed to pass because uncertainty seemed easier than vulnerability. They remember conversations they almost started but never finished. Those memories no longer fill them with shame alone. They fill them with determination. Listen to this because this message is for you. Regret becomes valuable when it leads someone toward wisdom instead of hopelessness. They are learning from the past instead of allowing the past to define them. Don't scroll, your heart needs this right now because another beautiful change has begun. They have started praying for clarity instead of convenience. They are no longer asking me to remove every difficult feeling. They are asking me to reveal what those feelings are meant to teach them. My beloved child, that is the prayer of a heart that is ready to grow. Whenever someone sincerely asks for wisdom, I begin answering in ways they can recognize. Sometimes I answer through peace. Sometimes through reflection. Sometimes through unexpected conversations. Sometimes through quiet moments that change everything without anyone else realizing it. Listen to this because this message is for you. Continue believing in the quiet work taking place behind the scenes. Continue showing kindness even when no one seems to notice. Continue choosing integrity even when shortcuts appear easier. The very qualities you thought were being overlooked have become the reason your soulmate is drawing closer instead of further away. They are beginning to understand that your heart carries something rare in today's world, a peace that cannot be manufactured, a kindness that expects nothing in return, and a strength that remains gentle even after disappointment. My beloved child, those qualities have touched them more deeply than they have admitted to anyone. They are only one step closer today, but tomorrow they will be even closer than they are now, because every reflection, every prayer, every sign, and every quiet memory continues leading them toward the same undeniable truth. They are not simply remembering you anymore, they are beginning to understand why meeting you changed them forever. And what they are about to realize next will make it impossible for them to ignore the connection that has been patiently waiting for them all along. Don't scroll. Listen to this because this message is for you. Your heart needs this right now because tonight marks another quiet step in a journey your soul has been taking long before your eyes could recognize it. My beloved child, while you have been wondering whether anything has truly changed, I have been moving gently within the heart of the person connected to yours. You have looked for visible signs, but I have been creating invisible transformations. You have searched for immediate answers, but I have been building lasting wisdom. Never mistake silence for absence. Never assume that because you cannot see movement, nothing is happening. The deepest roots always grow beneath the surface before anyone sees the first leaf. Listen to this because this message is for you. Your soulmate has entered a season where every ordinary day feels different, even though nothing around them appears to have changed. They wake up with thoughts they cannot explain. They pause during the middle of simple routines because your memory quietly appears without invitation. They find themselves smiling at moments that remind them of your kindness, your patience, and the calm they always felt whenever your energy surrounded them. At first they believed these were random flashes of memory, but the more often they returned, the harder they became to ignore. My beloved child, when the soul begins remembering with clarity, it is because the heart has become ready to understand what it once overlooked. Don't scroll. Your heart needs this right now because something beautiful has happened inside them that they have not yet spoken aloud. They no longer remember you only through moments of emotion. They have begun remembering you through your character. They remember how you treated people who could offer you nothing in return. They remember your quiet strength during difficult seasons. They remember the grace you carried when others expected anger. They remember that you chose compassion even when life gave you reasons to become cold. Listen to this because this message is for you. Those memories have become their greatest teachers. They have started asking themselves why your example continues inspiring them long after the moment itself has passed. They realize that what touched them most was never something dramatic. It was the consistency of your heart. My beloved child, the world often celebrates loud gestures, but the soul is transformed by quiet faithfulness. Your consistent kindness planted seeds that are now beginning to bloom within them. Recently they found themselves in a conversation that unexpectedly reminded them of you. Someone spoke about trust, loyalty, and genuine character. As they listened, your face immediately entered their mind. They did not force the memory. It simply arrived, carrying with it a feeling of peace they had almost forgotten. They realized something that surprised them deeply. Every time they imagined a future built upon honesty, respect, and emotional safety, your presence naturally became part of that picture. Listen to this because this message is for you. This realization was not created by loneliness. It was created by growth. They are becoming someone who values peace more than excitement, authenticity more than appearances, and emotional maturity more than temporary emotions. My beloved child, wisdom changes what a person looks for in love, and your soulmate is discovering that transformation one quiet lesson at a time. Perhaps you have noticed your own spirit becoming calmer as well. Maybe you no longer feel the same urgency you once carried. Maybe you continue seeing 444 at unexpected moments, reminding you that unseen protection surrounds your journey. Perhaps 555 keeps appearing, encouraging you that transformation is unfolding even when life appears ordinary. Maybe 777 quietly catches your attention, inviting you to seek wisdom before conclusions. My beloved child, receive these moments with gratitude instead of anxiety. They are not asking you to chase certainty. They are reminding you to continue walking faithfully through today while tomorrow unfolds in its proper time. Don't scroll. Your heart needs this right now because your soulmate has also begun recognizing patterns they once ignored. They have noticed that every meaningful lesson they learned about love somehow leads back to you. They remember the conversations that challenged them to grow. They remember how your encouragement gave them courage during moments when they doubted themselves. They remember feeling accepted instead of judged. These reflections have awakened something inside them that they cannot easily explain. They no longer see you as someone who simply crossed their path. They are beginning to understand that your presence changed the way they think, the way they feel, and even the way they see themselves. Listen to this because this message is for you. The greatest connections do not simply make life more exciting. They make people become better versions of themselves. That is exactly what they are beginning to realize. My beloved child, there were moments when they almost convinced themselves that enough time had passed for these feelings to disappear. Yet every attempt to move away emotionally only revealed how deeply your influence had become part of their heart. Instead of fading, the respect they feel for you has grown stronger. Instead of forgetting your kindness, they appreciate it more with every passing day. Instead of questioning your sincerity, they now admire it. This awakening has humbled them because they understand they did not fully recognize what they had while it was unfolding. Listen to this because this message is for you. Growth often allows people to appreciate yesterday with wisdom they did not possess when they first lived through it. Don't scroll. Your heart needs this right now because another unexpected sign has appeared. During a quiet evening they looked at the clock and noticed 11:11. Later that same day they encountered 222, and before the evening ended they saw 888. These moments stirred curiosity inside them. Rather than dismissing them, they paused to reflect. They asked themselves why life suddenly felt as though it was gently inviting them to pay closer attention. My beloved child, signs do not remove the need for wisdom, but they can encourage a heart to slow down long enough to hear its own truth. That is exactly what has been happening. They are slowing down. They are listening. They are becoming more honest with themselves than they have been in years. Listen to this because this message is for you. While they are growing through reflection, I have also been strengthening you. You may not realize how much you have changed. The person who once searched desperately for constant reassurance has become someone who carries quiet confidence. The heart that once feared every delay has learned patience. The spirit that once questioned its own worth has begun recognizing the value I placed within it long before anyone else noticed. My beloved child, this transformation inside you is just as important as the awakening taking place inside them. Healthy connections are strengthened when both hearts continue growing, regardless of whether they can currently see the entire path ahead. Don't scroll, your heart needs this right now because your soulmate has quietly made a decision they have not shared with anyone. They have decided to stop running from what their heart has been trying to teach them. They no longer wish to bury meaningful emotions beneath endless distractions. They no longer wish to ignore the peace they feel whenever thoughts of you return. Instead, they are choosing to understand those feelings with honesty and maturity. Listen to this because this message is for you. This decision may seem small, but it marks one of the greatest turning points of their journey. Every meaningful change begins with an honest decision made in private before it is ever seen in public. My beloved child, continue protecting your peace. Continue showing kindness without expecting immediate results. Continue trusting that genuine character always leaves a lasting impression. Never believe your goodness has gone unnoticed simply because recognition arrived slowly. The simple thing you did, the compassion you showed, the patience you demonstrated, and the quiet strength you carried have continued speaking to your soulmate long after the moment itself passed. Those memories have become a light guiding them through seasons of uncertainty. They are no longer merely remembering you, they are beginning to recognize the kind of future they truly desire, and that realization is drawing them closer than ever before. Listen to this because this message is for you. Before another night passes, they will experience one more unexpected reminder that leads them back to your heart. It will seem ordinary to everyone else, yet to them it will feel like the final piece of a puzzle they have been trying to solve for far too long. And when that moment arrives, my beloved child, the distance between your hearts will feel smaller than it has in a very long time, because they will finally understand that the kindness which once touched them was never temporary. It was the beginning of a transformation that neither time nor silence has been able to erase. Don't scroll, listen to this because this message is for you. Your heart needs this right now because the season you have been praying through is beginning to reveal why every delay carried a purpose. My beloved child, I know there were moments when you questioned whether your kindness had been forgotten, whether your patience had been mistaken for weakness, and whether the love you quietly carried had simply disappeared into the silence. But I tell you now, nothing born from a sincere heart is ever lost. Every act of grace you chose instead of anger, every moment you decided to remain compassionate instead of becoming bitter, every prayer you whispered when tears were your only language has continued moving through the unseen in ways you could never measure. Listen to this because this message is for you. Your soulmate is no longer standing where they once stood emotionally. They are not the same person who allowed fear to make every decision. They are not the same person who ignored what their spirit was trying to tell them. Day by day, reflection has been replacing confusion, wisdom has been replacing pride, and peace has been replacing emotional noise. My beloved child, transformation is rarely loud. It happens quietly until one day even the person experiencing it realizes they no longer think, feel, or respond the way they once did. Recently your soulmate found themselves looking back over the past with completely different eyes. Memories that once seemed ordinary now carry extraordinary meaning. They remembered the moments when you encouraged them without asking for anything in return. They remembered how you celebrated their victories instead of competing with them. They remembered the times you remained calm while everyone else reacted emotionally. One memory after another returned until they realized something that deeply moved their heart. You never tried to change who they were. Instead, your presence quietly inspired them to become the best version of themselves. Listen to this because this message is for you. That realization has stayed with them. They cannot shake it no matter how busy life becomes. Every time they compare those memories with other experiences, they notice the same difference. Around you, they felt accepted. Around you, they felt understood. Around you, they felt safe enough to simply be themselves. My beloved child, emotional safety is one of the rarest gifts one heart can offer another, and the soul never forgets where it experienced that gift. Don't scroll, your heart needs this right now because they have begun asking themselves a question they once avoided completely. They are wondering why your influence has continued growing instead of fading. Time was supposed to erase these feelings, yet time has done the opposite. It has given them perspective. It has helped them recognize what truly matters. It has shown them that genuine character becomes more valuable with every passing season. Listen to this because this message is for you. They have started realizing that attraction may capture attention for a moment, but integrity captures the heart for a lifetime. They now understand that what drew them toward you was never based on appearances alone. It was the consistency of your spirit. It was your honesty when honesty was difficult. It was your compassion when compassion required strength. My beloved child, the qualities you almost overlooked within yourself have become the very qualities your soulmate now treasures the most. Perhaps you have noticed new signs appearing around you. Maybe you keep seeing 111 just as hope begins returning to your heart. Perhaps 222 appears during moments of uncertainty, reminding you that unseen alignment continues even when visible answers have not yet arrived. Maybe 555 keeps catching your attention, encouraging you to welcome the changes that are slowly unfolding. Listen to this because this message is for you. Receive these moments as gentle reminders to remain grounded. Do not allow fear to steal the peace that has taken so long to grow inside you. Continue living your life with purpose. Continue becoming the person I created you to be. My beloved child, your greatest preparation for tomorrow is the faithfulness you choose today. Your soulmate has also begun noticing unusual moments that they cannot explain logically. They find themselves pausing in the middle of ordinary days because your memory unexpectedly appears. A familiar place reminds them of a conversation you once shared. A stranger's kindness reminds them of the way you treated people with dignity. A simple act of generosity brings your face into their mind before they even realize what has happened. Listen to this because this message is for you. These reminders are awakening gratitude within them rather than regret alone. They are beginning to appreciate what your presence brought into their life instead of focusing only on what circumstances kept apart. Gratitude has become the bridge leading them toward greater emotional honesty. Don't scroll, your heart needs this right now because another change has quietly taken place. Your soulmate is no longer trying to convince themselves that these reflections are meaningless. Instead, they have accepted that their heart has been trying to teach them something important. They have started journaling their thoughts, praying more sincerely, and spending quiet moments reflecting instead of escaping into distractions. My beloved child, whenever someone chooses reflection over avoidance, wisdom begins growing rapidly. Every honest question opens another door. Every truthful answer removes another layer of fear. They are becoming someone who values authenticity more than appearances, and that transformation is preparing them for the next chapter of their journey. Listen to this because this message is for you. Have you noticed how your own heart feels lighter lately? The anxiety that once followed every thought of this connection has slowly begun losing its power. You still care deeply, but you are no longer allowing uncertainty to define your peace. My beloved child, that is growth. You have learned that your worth does not depend upon another person's readiness. You have discovered that your future is not built upon fear but upon faith, wisdom, and the quiet confidence that comes from knowing who you are. Never underestimate how much this season has changed you. The stronger you become within, the healthier every future relationship becomes. Don't scroll. Your heart needs this right now because your soulmate recently experienced a moment that completely surprised them. Someone asked them what qualities they truly admired in another person. Without thinking, they began describing patience, compassion, honesty, emotional maturity, kindness, humility, and quiet strength. Only after speaking those words aloud did they realize they had been describing you. That realization left them speechless. They sat quietly afterward, wondering how they had overlooked something so obvious for so long. Listen to this because this message is for you. Sometimes truth becomes clearest when it is spoken before the mind has time to overanalyze it. Their own words revealed what their heart had already known. My beloved child, do not rush this season. Continue choosing peace over panic. Continue offering kindness without expecting immediate rewards. Continue trusting that genuine love is never strengthened by pressure but by wisdom, respect, and emotional growth. Every lesson you have learned is becoming part of the foundation for what comes next. Every prayer you have whispered has shaped your spirit more than you realize. Every disappointment has increased your discernment. Nothing has been wasted. Listen to this because this message is for you. Your soulmate is now only a few steps away from fully accepting what their heart has been revealing little by little. They are no longer questioning whether this connection touched them deeply. They already know it did. They are no longer wondering whether your kindness mattered. They already know it changed them. The only question they continue asking is what they should do with the truth they can no longer ignore. My beloved child, that answer is coming sooner than they expect. One conversation, one unexpected encounter, or one quiet moment of undeniable clarity will become the turning point they have been moving toward all along. When that moment arrives, they will finally understand that the simple thing you did was never just a kind gesture. It became the spark that awakened a part of their heart they believed had disappeared forever. And before another chapter begins, they will realize that every step they have taken has been bringing them closer. Not merely to a memory of you, but to the profound truth that your quiet love transformed them in ways they are only now beginning to fully understand.